What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back for a recap of Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is for season 6. I will have the episode number in the description. So, honey, let's get off into it. So, basically, guys, this episode was about selective memory. That's the name of it. And basically, Tiffany talks to Stormi about stirring up drama and looks back on her talk with Sheree. The Whitlows get an ultrasound while Maurice and Kimmi confront a co-parenting hurdle with Monster. And then LATISHA and KEKE gossip about Tiffany's behavior and her marriage. Okay? So first up, honey, we have Miss Melody Sheree. She is teaching her property preservation students about the business. And basically, property preservation is about maintaining homes for the banks. So a lot of the home foreclosure homes, she's maintaining them, for the banks. Okay? Oh my God, hey Kimmi. Oh, Kimmi is here. Absolutely. I love Melody's voice, honey. So her students, they go inside the house. And then she has this man that's here. What is he, a realtor? She introduces him to Kimmi. Y'all know that Kimmi, she's in the real estate business too. So Melody is teaming Kimmi up with Keith because she wants to help Kimmi get her businesses, back up and running. She's been going through the cancer treatment, so it hasn't probably left her a lot of time to tend to that. And I'm so happy that Melody is helping her with that. That's a good thing. So they get to talking about the tea, and Kimmi asks Melody, well, do you feel like you and Stormi settled your issues? And then they get to talking about Miss Betty, and Melody was like, yeah, I feel like everything went well. I just was surprised that her mother came, and I was even more surprised that she had an issue with me. Kimmi also gets to talking about how Tiffany and KEKE, they still have a beef. And Melody was like, well, no, girl, we settled that. We met up at a house and, they worked through their issues. And Kimmi was like, are you sure? Because, honey, we was just at Martell's event and it was a back and forth session between KEKE and Tiffany. Kimmi also mentions that she's not going to mention anything about Sheree being at Martell's upscale event. Melody, I guess, had made it clear to Kimmi that she don't need to hear any updates on who Martell is dating. And you want to know why? You want to know why? Because the nigga was already dating inside the marriage. And honey, this wouldn't be a surprise, okay? We know Martell Holt likes those first floor chicks on the first floor, okay? Kimmi begins saying that she does her best to keep her stress at a minimum level because of her health. Kimmi says within their friend group, she tries to pick and choose what events she goes to. Kimmi begins telling Melody that the biggest stressor in her life is this co-parenting situation with Maurice and Monster. Kimmi tells Melody her and Maurice look at co-parenting differently. They think differently. Yeah, because he's thinking about himself. He's being very narcissistic, very entitled, very selfish. And he just wants to focus on what he want Monster to do. He is not incorporated what you want him to do into the equation. And I keep telling her ass to stop acting like a damn slave, okay, and start burning the damn food and messing up the damn laundry, okay, to get some act right, honey, around that house. Okay, and that's for Monster and Maurice. I bet you they'll get their shit together then. Okay, but yeah, Kimmi be trying to be too damn nice, and honey, Miss Robinson ain't here for it. Nice don't work. Nice don't pay the bills. Okay, being a bitch, it just always, it never goes out of style, honey, okay? Kimmi says she wants Monster to do more, but Maurice does not back her up. Yeah, because he wants Monster to be mad at you, and that way Kiowa can get mad at you, and y'all got some more triangulation drama, okay? There are niggas that really love seeing his ex and his current woman, get off into it. A lot of people, you guys, really, get a willy off of that. They really like drama, chaos, confusion. Because this situation, you guys, is just very simple. Maurice, it's your son. You need to either whoop his ass, send his ass back home with a with a postage stamp, honey, on his forehead, send his ass back to his mammy. If he can't listen, like, you don't need to be putting this shit off on Kimmi, who is recovering from having cancer. Okay, I thought that slavery was over, nigga, but I see it's not over, okay, when it come to you, okay? So next, honey, we got Stormi and we got Tiffany. They meet up to talk about what happened at Martell's event, with KEKE and Tiffany getting into it. Tiffany says she's still confused as to why KEKE felt the need to come at her at Martell's event when Melody already had a gathering at her place and they worked through their issues. And she's just like, why are you starting even more bullshiggity with me? Tiffany gets on Stormi and says that it was you that did all this rehashing at Martell's event. And Stormi said that, y'all can't really move forward unless y'all get all y'all cards on the table. And that little tea etiquette brunch that Melody had, honey, it was not the bee's knees, okay? It was too bougie. We wasn't really talking about real issues, putting stuff on the table. Stormi tells Tiffany she had a one-on-one session with KEKE and, she was really pleasant and articulate. Stormi tells Tiffany to don't write KEKE off just yet. So Tiffany brought up how she had some one-on-one time with SHEREE at Martell's event and she feels like it went pretty positive. I'm like, shit, that's according to you, Tiffany. Stormi was like, well, what happened? Tiffany says, well, it went pretty good. I'm just surprised that, SHEREE hasn't been around Mel yet. Tiffany says SHEREE has been around Mel's kids, but she still is not all that familiar with Mel. So Stormi began saying, girl, I wouldn't even let that worry me. And Tiffany was like, well, what if you and Courtney divorced? And Stormi was like, that ain't gonna happen. I don't ever be thinking about stuff like that. And Tiffany was like, well, what if y'all, do get a divorce? Wouldn't you want to meet his new woman? And Stormi was like, I guess so. If they're gonna be serious, I guess. Stormi asks Tiffany, well, when you be talking to Mel, do you think that Mel wants to meet with SHEREE? Tiffany says she never talked to Mel about SHEREE. Stormi says, well, why are you talking to SHEREE about Mel? And Tiffany is like, well, she's new to the group, and I felt the need to, pick her brain. And Tiffany says, I felt the need to ask her, how does it feel to date somebody, that has been a cheater? And, if y'all gonna be blended families, I felt like I had the right, to ask her that. And Stormi looking like, girl, you don't ask a person all of that. If you're Tiffany, you do, okay? Tiffany then tells Stormi that Mel and SHEREE met years ago with little Martell, and Mel had came to SHEREE's book signing, and Tiffany began saying, yeah, she was just, such a fan of SHEREE. I was like, look at you, Tiffany, just messy girl, okay? But guess what, bitch? I'm here for it, okay? I don't think Mel is a fan of SHEREE. I think it was the fact that she's associated with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because we all know the star, honey, is Miss Nene Leakes, honey. Okay, I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your teeth. But the truth is the truth, and the truth needs no proof. How you doing? Okay? So Stormi is taking all this in like, ooh, she was a fan and ooh, child. Tiffany says, I do believe that Mel was a fan of Sheree's because why would she wait in a long line to get her book signed by Sheree? I mean, that would make you a fan. Yeah, you kind of got a point, Tiffany. Tiffany asks Stormi, well, how are you and Mel after the tea party? Stormi says she hasn't talked to Mel. Stormi says, we don't talk like that. Then Stormi says something about Miss Nail and says for Miss Nail to say that, you know, she felt a weird energy between me and Melody, that's crazy to me. She's not even around us like that. Duh, Melody been talking to her about you, girl. Same way you been talking to your raggedy ass mother, honey. Okay, like, Stormi, girl, let's use our brain, sis. So Stormi mentions that she felt like Melody's tea party / etiquette party was a manipulated environment. And I'm like, says the person that brought their raggedy ass mother that wasn't even invited. Like, make it make sense. You helped to manipulate the environment by bringing your mammy, knowing she's a shit starter and a troublemaker, honey. Okay, like, what is wrong with you, Stormi? Okay, you been using too much of that body blaze. Stormi says, my mama was happy after she left. I'm like, I bet you she was. Okay, I bet. She's evil. Shit. She said everything that she wanted to say. I bet. Okay, oh, hating ass heifer. So Tiffany says she encourages Stormi to have some one-on-one time with Mel at her baby shower. So she's just like, I already invited Mel. She said she was coming. Stormi says she will be there too, and she will see. Okay? I'm just looking like, Stormi, you might as well leave Mel alone because I just don't think that y'all like each other. Okay? We see each other. Okay? Like, y'all just see each other for who y'all are, and you know, y'all don't like each other, and it's cool, girl. Okay? Move on. So next we got KEKE and Tisha. Well, I know it. We on our way to the one and only Alabama A&M University. You know, my soul, you know, he don't know where I'm at. You know, my husband don't never know where I'm at. You know, he don't have me on no tractor. You know, me and my soul, you know, I like to act like we got a Michelle and Barack Obama kind of marriage. You know, that's the kind of marriage that I like to put out there to the viewing public. You know, I like to put it out there that we got that type of marriage when really, you know, we on our Derek Jackson and Toenail Jackson bullshiggity. Okay, that's more or less the kind of marriage, you know, that we have, you know. But all I got to say is, KEKE, if Tiffany keep talking about my marriage, you know, I'm gonna have to put her stuff out there, you know, cause it's like all these rumors out here that she having an affair on Big Lou. Yeah. And I think she having the affair with like one of her business partners, honey. Like she don't want to keep talking about me. And you know, I'm really, you know, I'm gonna stop being so nice, cause you know, I think that people, you know, they like to take my kindness, you know, for like weakness. And you know, I'm not weak, you know, even though I've been in a marriage to my soul for like most of my life, and he make all the decisions and I can't make no decisions, you know, but still, you know, my marriage is good, you know, like we on our Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I just be feeling like people like to hate on us, you know what I'm saying, KEKE? So KEKE gets on Tisha for sharing, you know, that text message that they had about Tiffany. I felt the need to defend you, KEKE, and explain, you know, why you were upset, you know? KEKE says, honey, her intentions was to blast Tiffany, honey, the next time it came up. KEKE says she does have a sense of empathy for Tiffany, but you know, she don't like how she running her mouth about her, honey, out in these streets. I also didn't like how Tiffany ended up saying that, you know, MARSAU is running our business and I just the face of it. That is what's going on, Tisha. You're being used, sis. Okay, like you just don't want to be called out for the truth. Okay, and the truth needs no proof. How you doing, honey? Okay. So, child, it look like it's gonna be Tisha and KEKE versus Tiffany, honey. Okay, the two cousins that couldn't stand each other have teamed up. Okay, and KEKE says, honey, she is always going to tell the truth. Okay, and that's all you can expect from her, honey. I was like, okay then, KEKE. But anyways, honey, next we got Tiffany and Big Lou. They done got back from Golden Corral, honey, and tore up that damn buffet. Okay, leave them wings alone, Big Lou. So anyways, honey, they at the doctor, honey, and they get to see the ultrasound, and it's a boy. He's very active. He don't want no pictures, honey. And Tiffany's pregnancy is going rather well. She tells Big Lou she still plans on hustling and grinding, and Big Lou like, shit, you need to cut it out because, you know, you're going to need to rest. You got a new baby. And I don't like that about Tiffany. Like, Tiffany looks like one of those type of people that needs to be like busy all the time. And really, Tiffany, you need to slow down and like take in breath, okay? And like, I don't know, you need to go to therapy. I feel like Tiffany is one of those people that tries to keep busy. It's like this nervous energy. And the fact that you think that you're going to be able to work as hard as you always have with a newborn, I think you're setting yourself up to have unrealistic expectations of yourself. So that's kind of where her and Big Lou is right now. It's the same thing with Dr. Francis, you know, basically letting her know she was codependent. And then Tiffany, instead of dealing with that in therapy, she went to have a baby. Like that nervous energy, like I need to be creating something. I need to, you know, be doing something. That's probably why, honey, she's stirring up all this mess. But honey, Miss Robinson ain't got no problem with the mess, you know, that she is cooking up, honey, because, you know, somebody need to do it. And I'm glad it's Tiffany that's doing it, honey. Okay. Because a lot of the stuff that she is saying, you know, that's how we feel as the viewing audience. Okay. So we got Kimmi and Maurice. They end up talking about Martell's event and Sheree's energy. And, you know, Sheree was like really quiet. Sheree was standoffish, okay? It looked like she had some type of ankle monitor, honey, around her damn ankle. Okay, it looked like she was on the run, honey, okay? So Maurice has this exaggerated imagination, honey, about what was going on at Hookheaded's upscale event, because he gets to talking about how Martell was doting on Sheree, and Kimmi was like, doting? Are you sure you want to use that word? They didn't even like work the event together. They wasn't side by side, hand in hand. It looked like, I don't know, like Martell, hook-headed hoe, honey, wanted to be off on his own, honey, okay? And I'm hearing out in the streets, honey, he's saying another lady by the name of Miss Belinda, him and Belinda and purchased property together, honey. We gonna get off into that in another video. I've been meaning to talk to y'all about that, but honey, Miss Robinson been busy, okay? I can't keep up with Hookheaded and all his hoes, okay? I can't do it, okay? So, honey, we see Maurice, he gets to performing for the camera, honey. He gets to putting, you know, some dishes away. Kimmi was like, oh, Steph, are you helping out? He doing that for the camera. We got Monster Maurice Jr. is what they should call this boy, okay? Like, how the hell you think you go get anything done with a nigga named Monster? Okay, like, he's going to terrorize you. He's going to ignore what y'all want him to do. Okay, call the boy Maurice Jr. Okay. But yeah, they get to talking about how Kimmi wants Monster to help out more around the house. Monster says he forgets. I'm like, shit, I will forget to buy you a new damn game. Okay, how about that? Okay, Kimmi, you need to be unplugging that damn game in his room. We'll see if his ass forget then. Okay, it's not her kid. It ain't like she can go upside his head, honey, because Miss Robinson. Okay, we're going to leave that alone. But he need a good ass whooping. Okay, back in my day, I know some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, but my mother didn't play that shit. I remember that scene off Crooklyn. Y'all remember when Alfred Woodard got off from work, came in the house, that shit wasn't done. That's how my mama used to do. She was beating your ass up out that bed, and you got them damn chores done. My mother is so gangster, honey. Her and my cousins, they came with me out of town. And we did something in Kentucky. With my group set that I was in. Shout out to Self-Expression Team Theater, honey. That's where Miss Robinson got her start, honey. Shout out to my people. But anyways, my mother, she whooped my cousin's ass. They was like late getting back to the hotel. When I tell you she was standing at the door waiting for they monkey ass, beat they ass, I was cracking up. I was like, damn, my mother don't care. But yeah, my mother come from that age where, you know, you whoop your kid's ass and then you whoop your sister's kid's ass. I'm sure she got my auntie's permission, honey, and they don't mind, you know, doing what they do, honey. But yeah, that shit was funny. But Kimmi, real talk, you need to start burning that damn food, messing up that damn laundry, and running up them damn credit card bills. And then Mellow Yellow, honey, he will hear what you are saying. Okay, do you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth? He would understand then, honey. But you being too nice and, you know, no. Okay, you being a damn maid, you being a damn slave, and honey, it just ain't gonna get you nowhere, sis. Okay, Miss Robinson know how this bullshiggity go, okay? Kimmi also says she feels dismissed by Maurice. Of course, he's gonna dismiss you, girl, cause you ain't put your foot down yet. Okay, you gotta show him who is in charge, okay? So now it looked like he's back, you guys, Maurice. He's back to taking advantage of Kimmi now that she's, you know, healing, you know, from the cancer, okay? Now that she's getting better, he's back on that slavery shit. Okay, child, girl. So next, honey, we got Big Toenail Head and Hookheaded, honey. They are up at the Black, and that damn Martell is still studying, you know, for his damn test. He talking about Marsau is sabotaging him. I was like, I don't think it's Marsau. You just a big dummy. You big dummy. Okay, that's what Martell need. He need a shirt that say that. Like, goddamn, the motherfucker is already open book, goddamn it. Goddamn, you need to phone a friend, or in your case, phone a side chick nigga to get the answers. Okay, like, child, this man is just, ooh, child. Him and Sheree, honey, they make one hell of a couple, honey, okay? Hookheaded is funny. He said to Marceau, you always talk about food. That's why you can't lose weight with your fat ass. I was cracking. I think Marceau was teasing him like, if you had 3 apples and I take away 2 and that whole thing. Marceau is really funny, but he gaslights. Like, it's the type of funny where it's funny, but it's like it's abusive too. Like, especially how they end up doing Tiffany, honey. I was like, ooh, Tiffany, girl, if I was you, I would have just got my ass up. Okay, like, you can't take 2 of these niggas seriously. Not at the same time, at least. So Tiffany walks up. She expects, I guess, to talk to the guys about business. But honey, what Martell really want to do is grill her about, you know, how she came at Sheree at his upscale event. So Hookheaded gets to asking Marsaau and Tiffany how did they feel about his event, and Marsaau said he really liked it because Martell, Hookheaded hoe, honey, doesn't get celebrated enough. I'm like, that's because he always messing shit up. He always sabotaging himself, messing with side chicks, okay? And then you got Kimmi. I forgot to mention it when I was on Kimmi and Maurice's part, but Kimmi kept saying, well, Martell is such a good guy. And Kimmi, girl, I'm going to need you to burn those words. Ain't no way in hell this is a good man. And he ruined his whole family, honey, for a side chick. Okay. For a ooga booga wooga wooga that resides on the first floor. Okay, like he's not a good man. Like it, when she said that, honey, I got a sharp pain in my stomach. I'm telling you, it was like, child, stop building up Big Goofy. Like, please. So Tiffany got to telling Hookheaded, you know, people was really excited about the magazine reveal, and she got to saying, you know, well, what was your highlights, Martell? And Martell was like, actually, the highlights came more or less after the party when I was sitting with Sheree, and she got to telling me that you was asking her questions about, well, how does it feel being with a cheater? And, you know, and you cheated too, Tiffany. And I was like, nigga, you are so lazy, Martell. Her cheating, I doubted she went on a cheating spree the way you did, getting that ooga booga wooga wooga pregnant 3 and 4 times. Okay, you actually carried out one of the pregnancies. Like I hate like how misogynistic he is. Like he's one of those men where he feels like because he's a man, it's okay for him to spread his seed, honey, any and everywhere while he's married. And then he wants to get on Tiffany. And whatever Tiffany did, I just know it's very miniature compared to Hookheaded. Okay? I know it is. Hookheaded begins telling Tiffany he didn't like how she grilled Sheree. And Tiffany was like, well, I got grilled coming into this group too. So I'm just saying, you know, I just wanted to know certain things. So while Tiffany and Hookheaded going back and forth, Marsaau, you know, he's just like bewildered by Tiffany. Like, dang, I can't believe you asked Sheree all that stuff. Like, you asked her about Martell being a cheater, and he accused Tiffany of being a Karen. And she was like, are you saying that because I'm partially white? And he was like, no, because I don't think all white people are Karens. But, you know, just how you do stuff. And I'm like, Marsaau, shut your ass up. Because you the type of man, you don't never take any accountability or responsibility for your actions. So I don't know why the hell you over here questioning Tiffany, honey. Okay? Like I told you, I would have just got my ass up, left these 2 big head niggas at the table. Okay? Tiffany says in her confessional, she is so annoyed that Martell, Hookheaded hoe, feels the need to, you know, put her on blast in front of Marsaau. She's just like, if Sheree has such an issue with the questions that I was asking her, she's a whole grown woman. She could have, you know, set me straight herself. Exactly. Now, really quickly, did y'all peep at the table how Marsaau was, and I believe him and Tisha was pillow talking about Tiffany allegedly cheating on Big Lou? Because did y'all catch him saying, oh, well, if you're asking Sheree about a cheater, about her dating a cheater, maybe, you know, that's something you're thinking about doing. Did y'all catch that? I was like, oh, child, y'all is so messy. Marsaau asked Tiffany, why are you even asking all these questions? And Tiffany said, honey, she just want to know. And she also wanted to know if Mel and Sheree had a relationship, since Sheree is around Hookheaded's kids. And Hookheaded get to saying, wait a minute. Me and Melody, you know, we ain't even where we need to be. Y'all ain't gonna never be where y'all need to be, you old, tired, obsessed ass, narcissistic nigga. Okay, like, you are so, like, desperate and thirsty and, You guys, he was just getting on my damn nerves. Like, Melody ain't trying to be cool with you. You make it impossible to co-parent. You always dragging her through the court system. You try to make smart comments about her brother watching the kids. I guess you still talking shit because there's a video with Marcus dragging your ass. We gonna get off into that too. You know, it's like, Martell, you need to quit. Marceau is stupid. He gonna tell Tiffany, don't curse around the baby, please. She said, I did not say I was an expert. You said I was an effing expert. Oh my gosh, girl, just get up. Just get up and go, sis. Marceau feels like Tiffany's pregnancy saved her from getting a beat down from Sheree. I'm like, Sheree ain't gonna do nothing but lift weights, honey. Okay, and keep dating these men on the first floor. Tiffany began saying, honey, she's an advocate for having a blended family. It took her and her baby daddy some time to get it right. She didn't talk about Martell's sex life. Marceau was like, well, if you're accusing him of being a cheater, it ain't accusing him. He is a cheater. Shit, okay? He's cheated multiple times. So Hookheaded says his final statement to Tiffany about what Tiffany said about is Sheree putting it down so good in the bed, you know, that she feel like she can keep him because whatever Melody was doing, it couldn't keep him. And I'm looking like, you can't keep no nigga that don't want to be kept anyways. Okay, so child, bye. Tiffany, you should have just admitted to it. But she was like, no, I don't remember saying that. You said it, sis. They got it on tape, sis. I would have just admitted to it. Fuck these niggas. So Martell Hookheaded Hoe gets upset and says that he's going to talk to Big Lou about this situation. That damn Big Lou gonna knock your ass out, okay? He's, you know, storms off talking about how it was so inappropriate for Tiffany to ask Sheree all these questions. Tiffany, honey, looks at Marceau and Marceau looking at her, and Tiffany is like, is you niggas seriously? Y'all corny? I know that's right, sis. The episode goes off. That's all I got for y'all, okay? That's all I got, guys. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.